self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful, fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MISTER_on_point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you'd like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account at conversationconartists@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artists, and send it to us that way. If you are on Reddit and you see some Reddit shit that you would like for us, that you think would be funny for us to do on the show, send us a link to that shit too. But we do have a letter this week from the meat positive king himself.
It's not so much a letter as it is a Facebook message post, so you ain't got to worry about some kind of meat pun.
Yay!
Although it would be hilarious.
Okay.
All right. This is not a serious letter, but it is something different.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's my cellular device.
That is, yes, that's his cell
noise.
phone. Mine is on silent.
If hers was next to her, then we'll be hearing fucking static because whatever devices she got interferes heavily. Okay. My 25-year-old boyfriend, I'm a 25-year-old female, keeps asking me to invest in his SoupTube business idea, and I'm not sure how to deal with it.
Wait. What is this you're reading?
It's a Reddit letter.
Oh, I thought you said we had a letter from Colin.
No, this is what he sent.
Oh, he sent us a Reddit letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Reddit post to read as his. My 25-year-old boyfriend keeps asking me to invest in his SoupTube business idea, and I'm not sure how to deal with it. I've been living with my boyfriend for about 7 months. 2 weeks ago, he sat me down and presented a PowerPoint presentation with his business idea. I knew he'd been working on an idea, but he didn't want to tell me about it until it was finished. Based on his enthusiasm and his prior seemingly intelligent nature, I thought maybe it'd be a cool idea. Instead, he presented to me an idea about soup tubes. The idea, if you can call it that, is to construct a series of tubes throughout our city that leads to a centralized soup kitchen. For a monthly subscription, a customer can subscribe to a tube of soup, and a tube extension would be built off the nearest mainline tube and directly into the customer's apartment or home. Based on subscription level, that would determine the quantity of soup a customer could pour and how many types of soup. The tubes are basically the size of pipes like you might see under the sink, but he insisted that it must be called soup tube, not soup pipe. Tube just zings better. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. At first, I asked if he was crank-yanking me or something, but he was completely sincere. Obviously, the idea is completely insane. The notion that the city would authorize somebody to construct a series of tubes everywhere that carry soup in the homes is, of course, ludicrous. And even if such an initiative were approved, the cost of such an operation would be ridiculous. You would have to charge outrageous prices for customers who install and subscribe to a soup tube, and who would pay for such a service when canned soup costs like $1 or $2. Or you could buy soup from a restaurant for a few dollars. I explained these things as politely as I could, but he dismissed them and said that tube-based soup delivery is the wave of the future.
Wait, okay. I don't so like we're talking like Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Like he's saying soup. Like
soup. Yeah. Broth, noodles, some kind of meat, maybe vegetables.
Why does he think that people would want soup this bad? Like, why soup? Right? Like, why was soup the thing that he was like, you know what people really fuck with? Soup. I need to figure out a way to get soup in everybody's house the quickest way possible. Gonna get these tubes, these like soup. Is soup even that popular of a thing?
Bro, soup is the red-headed appetizer. That's like, what soup is. Like, instead of the red-headed stepchild, it's the red-headed appetizer. Like, it's literally for people that are cold-natured. Like, if you're a cold motherfucker, soup is for you. And you get that as an appetizer at the restaurant. Who the fuck would want an appetizer? Like, I wouldn't even want a cheese stick tube. Ain't no appetizer at a restaurant that I would want delivered to my house in a efficient way.
And is the soup hot? Is it room temperature? You heat it up? Is it piped into your house? The fact that he made a motherfucking PowerPoint, like, girl, whew.
How do you clean the tubes? How do you make sure that the fucking tubes are clean? How do you keep somebody from poisoning the shit out of their neighbor's tube so they ain't fucking drinking arsenic and goddamn all kind of shit they ain't got no business drinking?
How do you keep homeless people from just poking a hole in that motherfucker and going to town and just getting free soup? Like, what is soup? Like, I still don't. The concept is ludicrous, obviously, but I'm still just very stuck on when he was coming up with an idea, he decided on soup. Soup is not that popular of a thing. And soup is really I think the time, like, fall, winter, soup probably hit its stride, right? Rest of it, like, it's 90-some degrees in Alabama. I'm not finna go get no goddamn soup. Like, it's not a thing. If I got a cold or some shit, I might be like, shit, let me go get me some of that chicken noodle soup from Chick-fil-A, because that shit is good. Their chicken tortilla soup is good.
This is the result of racism.
What?
This is the result of racism.
Explain.
Wow, these elementary schools are trying so hard to put gifted black kids in special ed. They taking these regular mediocre ass white kids that should be in special ed and propping their ass up to stay in general ed. And now you got a 25-year-old motherfucker that think that you could build a whole society of tubes that deliver fucking soup. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is what happens. I don't know if y'all knew that. Black kids get diagnosed with ADHD at a high rate. They get put into special needs at a high rate. They get expelled at a high rate. And they go on to be some great upstanding citizens. Ask some senators and shit. Ask some motherfucking local politicians what their childhood in school was like that's black. And now ask the white politicians what kind of Birkenstocks they wore on their summer vacations when they should have been in special ed and with a goddamn tutor.
She need to leave him. How
can somebody fake being intelligent for so long?
Listen. Well, how long she said they had been together?
I don't. 7 months.
I mean, because he been working on the idea, right? So he probably been like, when they met, he was probably like, I'm working on something big. And she thinking like, he seemed fairly intelligent, so this must gonna be something great. And then when he said he was ready to present it to her, you know, that's when she found out that that's what he been working on all this time. It's fucking soup too. There's so many things wrong with it. Like, I want to see the PowerPoint presentation. I wish I could see it. I just want to see what could he have possibly put in a PowerPoint presentation about this idea that doesn't make any sense. Like, SoupTube, and she better than me because she talking about she did it politely, like telling him all the reasons why it wouldn't work. At the point where I realized that he was fucking serious, I know what? This what you've been working on for months? This is what you've been working on. Like, and can you imagine? He did this. This is a recent Reddit post.
Yeah. So
he came up with this idea to do this shit during the pandemic when like, it's just so many things. It's so many things that are wrong here. But she needs to leave because he may be mentally challenged. Like, for real. I'm surprised that he's able to do his daily living, stuff, brush his teeth and things. It seemed like he shouldn't be able to walk and talk at the same time. The fuck? Soup. And listen, I don't give a fuck. Anybody that's listening that's like, oh, well, Red ain't no ride or die. I am sure not. Because this is one of those situations where I feel like, as your girlfriend, I need to be honest with you. Let you know what's going on. instead of just like backing a horrible, ludicrous idea. Like, I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, babe, that sounds good. That's great.
So I was having a conversation with my girlfriend, and I was asking her, how are you going to correct me in public if I say something wrong? Like, what is because we're a team, right?
Yeah.
And I can't let us look stupid. So my ego can't be big enough that if I need to be corrected in front of people that I'm not corrected. But I don't know the best way to go about correcting a person. Like,
so what I would do is I would try to end that conversation quick as shit. Like, I wouldn't want to do it in front of like people, just because that's just gonna be it's gonna be difficult to do that. Even if you wrong, it's gonna be difficult for somebody to take being embarrassed in front of their people, right? So I would just try to dead the conversation as quick and get you over, like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, we would have a little private, like, what did you do you know what you just said? Did you hear yourself? Like, I wouldn't do it in front of people just because it's hard to navigate.
What if me and you were in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and, I told you about my idea, and now I'm finna go up to some of our friends and start talking about the SoupTube. Nope. Are you gonna let me finish? Nope. And then, like, how are you handling that? Because now you're dealing with that dynamic of you finna have to embarrass.
Well, wait. So am I hearing about SoupTube at the same time they're hearing about it, or I already knew about it?
You knew about it already. You just brushed it off as some bullshit, and now I'm going up to some people saying, listen, I got this idea that I've been working on. I talked to my lady about it.
Yeah, and I'm going to be like, yep, he sure did. Can I but I need to holler at you one quick second. We'll be right back. And just give me a second. Like, I'm going to find a way to pull your ass out.
You're not going to do it in front of them.
So what?
You're not going to do it in front of them.
No, I wouldn't want it, because I just feel like it would be difficult to do that and not embarrass the person. And if I'm with you, I ain't trying to embarrass you. Like, okay, that's not my goal.
You walk up on him having this conversation with people already.
Finding a way to dead it.
You been a dead it?
I'm gonna find a way to dead it. Like, I feel like when you start talking about the SoupTube, especially if it's people that know both of us, they gonna be looking at me with the panic eyes, and I'm gonna be like, oh shit, that nigga probably over there talking about SoupTube. Let me run over here. Like, I feel like I would get a sense from the people that, like, oh no, this nigga really is out here telling people about this shit. Let me go over here and dead this shit real quick. So, like, if I have to fake an injury, if I have to be like, oh my God, like, I'm in my stomach, like, we're gonna dead it. I'm gonna find a way to dead it and get you off to the side and be like, what the fuck are you doing? No.
So I'm pretty cautious about the information that I put out, especially when I'm talking to other people. I try to know what the hell I'm talking about as much as possible.
Everybody
but sometimes that shit don't. Sometimes I might. It depends on the issue. If I'm misquoting a study and I'm deep in it and I'm misquoting statistics and stuff, then that's all right, because I still stay in the wiggle room of that's not my point. Yeah. Getting the numbers right ain't the point. It's about whatever the translation of it is.
Yeah.
If I just say like a word wrong, I can take did you mean such and such?
Yeah.
But if it's an opinion that I spouted that you don't agree with, that's more difficult to have that conversation between me and you in front of other people, unless we all having like an open-ended, these are my perspectives. But I like to believe I can accept being corrected in front of people. As long as it's done, respectfully, and it's like, and we got a system where it's played to be like, I damn sure am fucking up. I ain't mean to say that. I meant, or she right, because I was thinking about something else in my head. She right. Thanks, baby, for correcting me.
I think you have to know the person that you with. Like, I do feel like you would be able to take that, but there are men that would not be able to take that. And even if they weren't like gonna punch me in my eye later on about it, I feel like there are men that would feel some type of way about being corrected in front of company. So, like, I think you got to know who you with and know your partner well enough to know how you would need. Because I feel like how you would address that is going to depend on the person, really. But in general, I would try not to. And I could be such a know-it-all sometimes anyway, that I feel like I have to be careful about how I correct people about shit, because I don't want it to come off as as me knowing everything. Because unfortunately, it's the situation has been that I've been smarter than the niggas that I've dated. And because of that, that happens a lot. Where it's like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, your eyebrows block your eyes from the sun.
You got too much sense. You can't on a scale of 1 to 10, your sense is at like a 7 or 8. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you have been wrong sometimes, and even if you ain't never been wrong, you lose 2 points from your stubbornness.
Yes.
By default.
I can accept that.
So 7, 8, your stubbornness. Sometimes your stubbornness is just, it keep you from wanting to even accept other shit. So you lose some. You have a 2-point range on the bottom. You got a 1-point range on the top. You can't have a 10. You can't. You can't have a 10, but you can't have any less than a fucking 6. You can't. And the quality of your interaction declines with either one of those ranges going too far above and beyond. Like, even with a 9, you're going to have to find that nigga flaws to exploit.
Yeah. I probably
like, even with a 9, with a 10, you ain't going to be able to deal with the 10.
I wouldn't date a 10.
Yeah, you date a 10. If you knew he was a 10, you wouldn't date him. If you didn't know he was a 10, when you found out, you probably cut his ass loose.
Probably.
Because you would find out the reason that you found out was because of him being a 10. That's why.
And that ain't
conflict. So, like, you got a range. If you got somebody under a 6, they're going to have a bad time, and you're going to be bored and irritated as shit. That's just how the shit works.
Yeah, I'm learning that about myself.
But this conversation is like, I hope that when y'all hear, I mean, we therapists that talk shit about shit. So yeah. A lot of times when we have these conversations, I hope you're looking at yourself and saying, damn, what if my girl had to correct me? Or what if I had to correct my girl or my guy? How am I going to do that? This is a conversation, this pillow talk. How you going to correct me, baby, if I say something wrong in front of people or you disagree and whatnot? Or know where your level of intelligence is versus your mate.
Yeah.
I live by the motto, I'm smart at what I'm smart at. All right? I'm going to tell you now, I'm not smart at financial shit. My lady is going to be what the fuck get me out of debt. Her guidance and direction. That's going to be the case. When it comes to mental health, I'm going to be the one that can help her, figure out shit between her friends and her group and the things that's going on more than, she can figure that out on her own. Yeah. And, she's an ABA therapist. So when it comes to autism and observable behaviors and behavioral modification, that's just shit. She's smart. I'm smart at what I'm smart at. And I know what I'm smart at. I know what I'm not smart at. And in your relationship, what the fuck are you smart at and what the fuck are you not smart at? Y'all need to figure that shit out.
Yeah. Yep. Because you ain't going to be smart at everything. And that's fine. Like, just make sure the shit that you smart at, you real smart at that shit. Yeah. That's it. That's all you got to do.
And if what you smart at got to be slinging meat, then, Jesus. That's just what you mean?
I mean,
listen, that's so you seen how Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
That's some dude's final lifeline. They ain't got no other thing that can answer the question of whether you will be successful in a relationship. It's a song called Way Back When with T.I. in it, where he basically asked a girl, why you let all of these dudes fuck you and, you don't even care, they still fuck. And she said, I just need love. I want to feel love. I don't care if it ain't real love. It's a lot of dudes that's like that. It's a lot of dudes that ain't got nothing but meat to offer, and no woman wants them around because they ain't got shit else going. As their last lifeline. That's like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want this money, but my last lifeline is throwing the meat. So they hit that button and throw the meat on the lady, and the lady be like, I guess you can come back next week. Yes, come back next week. That's not a life to live, man. Women have that experience, but men have it too, man. It's called meat isolation.
Okay, so we're not finna get into that. All right.
Listen, we ain't done with meat positivity, okay?
I know.
I want to help people understand the underside of this shit. These men out here going through meat isolation where they have created a reality in their head that makes them feel like they meat is the only important thing in the world. And they use it like that, like it's the only thing that matters. And you know what? They don't have no love. They don't have no connection. They don't have no emotional anything with a woman. All they got is the physical. And that ain't the kind of life you want to live. Nobody.
This is going to be Colin's next email title, Meat Isolation. I cannot. Or it's going to be some play off of that shit.
Much more clever than that. So I'm looking forward to it. Whatever it is.
All right, so my Reddit post. Thank you for that, Colin. That was batshit ass crazy. SoupTube. I cannot. Yeah. So okay, I got 2 letters that are about like kind of what we've been talking about knowing the level of intellect that your significant other has. I feel like COVID is testing a lot of relationships in ways that people did not expect to be tested. So I got 2 COVID related letters as it pertains to relationship. I got an insensitive ass girlfriend. I think she's insensitive anyway. A parenting question and a clingy girlfriend.
Parenting.
Oh, this one is okay. So this is a 39-year-old man with his 37-year-old soon-to-be ex-wife or ex-wife. No, she's his ex-wife. I secretly, but legally, recorded my ex-wife and my interaction when she came over to move today. It's really ugly on her part. Should I play it for my kids who are 14 and 12 to prove that I'm not the asshole that she says that I am? That's the title of it. I was divorced in February. I didn't want the divorce at all, but finally agreed. I truly feel like I've lost my whole world. I have split custody with my kids, and we still get along really great. I probably have not been the best divorced parent and have said things to my kids I shouldn't have about my ex and our divorce. But the thing is, she has too. The big thing that she has said constantly throughout the divorce is that she feels threatened by me, and he put that in quotation marks. She has never explained what she means by this, whether it's mentally threatened, physically threatened, or otherwise. It got so bad that our divorce mediator advised me on the side that I need to keep careful notes about our interactions. She also told my wife that unless she had specifics about what threatened meant, she was going to have to stop seeing us as clients because all of the talk of threats was sidetracking everything. So fast forward 6 months, and my wife had waited until the very last minute to come to get her stuff from my house. I was there by myself, but I'm so freaked out by the talk of threats, I decided to hit the voice memo on my phone and record the entire interaction so it couldn't come back to haunt. Single party consent state on recordings. Of course, she brought up that she felt threatened again, so I was very happy to have recorded the whole thing. But listening back to the entire hour plus of the recordings is that I'm way more calm than I ever gave myself credit for in dealing with her. I have been gaslit for so many years that I was this big hulking asshole who made her feel threatened. I actually believed it. But the recordings actually display me being pretty polite, pretty deferential to her, and never talking over her. She, on the other hand, screamed, yelled, got incredibly short with me, called me names, and made the whole thing miserable. I guess my question is now I have my rock solid proof that I'm not the person that she says that I am. Should I play these recordings for my kids to show them, or would that make me a horrendous parent? Sir, don't do that shit.
I thought this was going to go in a different direction. I thought he was going to show the lawyers or the court or something.
No, he wants to show
your
children.
Kids? Hell, fuck no. Fuck wrong with you? Why the fuck would you think you're supposed to show your kids that shit? Them kids already in an emotional, fragile state because y'all done got a goddamn divorce. And you sit here have the audacity to try to play favorites by showing your kids that your goddamn wife wilding out versus you. And the reality is, I'm not even certain that you don't do this when the video ain't recording. It sounds like you know, at least you know how to play nice when this shit is going down, and you just happen to get evidence of you playing nice. Your kids know who the fuck you are. You need to play your version of yourself to your kids as you, not as a fucking video of your woman that changed that. If that's who she is, they gonna find it out. And if it's not you, then they gonna know it ain't.
Yep.
But when if you try to play your kids against them, that's gonna cause emotional turmoil for them. That's gonna be a fucking problem, and that's just not gonna be good. And you're gonna turn this shit into a war. I mean, you already talking about being afraid of a woman that's threatening you, being afraid of a woman that's giving you all of these different, profanity and all of the things that she's saying about you, and you gonna show this to your kids. You're gonna start an all-out war, and she gonna send somebody after your ass, and your ass ain't gonna be happy after that shit.
No, you're not. And listen, this is what parents, and this is why divorce is a very emotional thing for kids just in general. Like the best case scenario, two parents that are completely amicable in their divorce, kids are still gonna have an issue with that because it's a splitting up of the life that they have known. So it's already just gonna be bad. But parents make this shit so much worse by dragging the motherfucking kids in this. You didn't say that she was abusive to the kids, that she treats the kids bad. You've admitted both of y'all been talking shit about each other, which is not good. Neither one of y'all don't need to do that shit. But she isn't doing anything. You said you got a good relationship with your children. So if both of y'all have a good relationship with the kids, why are you going to try to, what goal would you have? Like, what would you want the end result to be of you even playing the recording for the kids, for them to say, "Oh, we hate mama, we want to go live with dad"? At what cost to them? Like, why would this even be something that you would be thinking about doing, or something that you need to ask somebody if you need to do it or not? Like, you don't fucking need to do this shit. Now, if you want to show the lawyers, and it's even with that, I would say, yeah, you knew that you were going to be recording this. So, of course, you're not going to talk crazy on a fucking recording that you know is going on. Like, so that ain't even, to me, that's not even really good proof that you ain't out here wilding out. It just means that because you knew the recording was on and you knew that you wanted to use this for leverage, of course you're going to play nice. Of course you're going to say, "Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Why are you talking to me like that?" Well, I'm just trying. Of course you're going to do that shit because you know you're being recorded. She don't. So she being who she normally is, you might be being different on the tape. Like, it's just not a good, don't do that, sir. Them kids is probably already dealing with enough because it sounds like the two adults in this situation ain't handling this shit right. So it's probably bad enough for them as it is. Don't fuck it up even more by doing this. God damn. Some of you parents, man, and I get it, I have not had a divorce, but I've had breakups, and that shit hurt. And I can't imagine I ain't never had a breakup where I still had an attachment to that person because we got a life that we got to fucking continue to raise amicably. So I can't imagine that part, but I get that it hurt. But it's like, you got to determine what is more important. You feeling like you vindicated against your ex-wife, or you making sure that your kids are okay? And if the answer is that you feel like you need to be vindicated, then you, sir, are the asshole that everybody thinks that you are. Don't do that shit. Fuck.
Man, it's ridiculous, man. I just don't.
I hate dealing with divorce shit. Like, I hate that shit.
I asked my parent. I asked the parents on my caseload, what is the job of a parent? And I say the job of a parent is to give a child the tools that they need to survive without you.
Yes.
But I believe that everybody already got the tools. They just locked in a shed, and you got to figure out how to unlock it. And then a parent got to teach you how to use all of those tools one by one.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of parents never learn how to use them damn tools themselves. And so they with their kid and they pick up the tool and they be like, "What the fuck is this? I've never seen this shit. It got like handles on it, and it looks like it's got a blade on it, but it's a different kind of shape. What do you use this for?" Like, I mean, like if you went into a tool shed right now of some old nigga, you'd be like, "The fuck is that for?" Okay, I know, weed eater, lawnmower, garden shears. What the fuck that thing do? know what I'm saying? I mean, it's some tools that you can look at and inspect and be like, I have no idea what the fuck you use this for.
Because it's still, yeah.
Yeah, because it's so many things that you don't know. So it's a lot of parents who don't have the tools to do that shit themselves, but they out here trying to teach these kids how to use them same tools. And now they in a situation where, all right, I never learned how to use the tool of emotional stability. And so in order to appease like this tug of war that we playing, I feel like I need to bring some balance to my side. So I want the kids to know that I ain't crazy. Just in case their mama talk to them like like she talking to me about me, I want the kids to like, nah, that ain't an emotional well person would say, I don't want to cause my kids any more struggle. I don't want to make my kids have to choose between us because the reality is I need to nurture a positive relationship with their mama just like I want her to nurture a positive relationship with me. And she may not, but you can't worry about what she do.
That's on her. And that's the thing that another thing that I don't think people get is that yes, a kid's vision or kid's perspective is quite limited because they're kids. And so, yeah, it do feel like, it's so black and white with a child that they don't see the shades of gray because they don't, they concrete. It takes a while. But that is not a reason for you to start showing your ass because the other parent's showing their ass. Like at some point, them kids are gonna realize, like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. What is going on here? Like, they gonna get to that point. You cannot force them into that by your mama's a bitch. You see what your mama doing? Your mama won't even let you come over. Like, all of that shit. Don't put that on your kids. Like, the kids don't have nothing to do with it.
And that's some shit it may be true.
Might be.
She might be a bitch. But you've got to allow them to come to that understanding on their own.
Themselves.
If you try to assert that understanding on them and they don't see it the way you see it, you're just going to look like you're causing a problem.
You're the bad guy. Reason. You the dad that talks bad about mom, and this is probably why y'all got a divorce because you being mean to mom. Like, kids see shit very black and white because they're not in a place yet where they're capable of seeing past that. And you just gonna have to wait that shit out and do what you're supposed to do on your side of things as a parent till that shit happen. If the other parent is truly a bitch or an ain't shit ass nigga, them kids are going to realize that at some point. But it has to be their realization. It can't be seeds that you're planting in their head because that shit is gonna backfire on you. And you ain't gonna like it. You're going to have kids that ain't even going to be speaking to your ass.
It's no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
All right. Let's do one of these COVIDs. Let's see which one I want to do. Let's do this one just because it was funny to me. This is a 25-year-old female with her 27-year-old boyfriend. My boyfriend keeps calling me a Karen is the title.
Oh, Jesus.
So the title says it all. Whenever we are arguing, he will say, "You're being a real Karen, I honestly can't believe I'm writing this post because I agree. It might sound like a troll post, but it's true and it really bothers me. Yes, I am a white woman, but I am also young and very liberal and generally accepting person. I'm anti-racist. I say please and thank you to my servers and tip well. I don't yell at cashiers. But we were getting heated over COVID, and because I think we should all wear masks, he literally called me a Karen. What the heck? The thing that frustrates me the most is the generalized meme of Karens when it comes to wearing masks is that they don't wear masks. They will purposely not wear one and be bitchy to employees about it. So really, what the heck? First of all, the fact that you said what the heck is just so funny. You're so white. But
is her boyfriend black?
No, he white too. But there are white people that use Karen in a derogatory way now too because they know, But he just sounds like one of these crazy Trump supporters. Because I ain't even gonna say Republican. He sounds like a Trump supporter. Who he calling you Karen because he know that it's gonna get to you, but he don't even know what a fucking Karen really is, because she's right. A Karen would be the lady at the grocery store on the outside who arguing with the employee because they like, ma'am, you can't come in here without your mask. It's, you know, it's law now that you have to have your mask. I'm an American. You can't tell me. That's my right as an American, says I can go wherever I want to go, wearing what I want to wear, and I don't want to wear a mask, and you can't make me. That's a Karen. Okay. You wanting to wear a mask and do what the fuck you supposed to do is not you being a Karen. He just knows Karen is used in a derogatory way, and so he using that because you're a white woman to get to you. He's a dumbass. Again, the fact that he even talking about not wearing a mask, y'all, I don't understand. Listen, I'm not going to date somebody that I'm not going to die, or I'm not going to be on a ventilator. I'm not going to be definitely ill because you a dumbass. Like, if that's what you want to do, cool. You go play Russian roulette with your own goddamn life. You're not gonna play with mine. So the fact that this is what your relationship has come to, one, lets me know he probably been saying all kind of just bullshit. Like, this ain't the first fucked up thing. I feel like COVID and the whole mask situation is just showing people who folks were the whole time, that they just didn't notice it, maybe. Because I guarantee you that ain't the first stupid ass shit he didn't say. Because I just feel like he's a Trump supporter. So, like, all the dumb shit Trump supporters say and do, I feel like he's probably done those things. You're just not noticing it because it's impacted you directly, where he's calling you Karen now. But I guarantee you he been saying dumb shit. This can't be the first in this relationship with him. Highly doubt it that it is.
It's like he using Karen to just be when you just, I guess, disagree with him, I guess. But either way, he ain't using it right.
No.
But you know, every word that, first off, being called a Karen, it ain't nothing. Like, I'm tired of people treating Karen like it's some kind of measure of oppression or some shit. All right, you know, don't be a fucking Karen then, okay? That's the same shit that they be talking to black people about. I mean, but it's the same thing. I mean, the N word, nigga. Like, some people be like, no, it just means ignorant. What the hell? You going to erase all of the social, cultural context of the word and go by the fucking dictionary's definition that a white person wrote? That's what you're going to do? Yeah. That's what we're doing now.
That's exactly what he did with Karen. He it's just for somebody that, you know, is ignorant or doesn't know or follows what anybody says. He probably calls her all kind, like, he just, I don't even know how she been with him as long.
If she grew up with enough old people that said a hit dog gonna holler, then she wouldn't be worrying about this. She clearly ain't grew up with nobody who told her that shit. Because if you ain't a Karen, then it don't matter what motherfuckers say. If somebody come call me a coon for whatever reason, I ain't gonna be like, oh my God, he calling me a coon. Do you know what that is? I'm not one of those. I support black things. I support Black Lives Matter. I'm nice to white servers. I do everything I'm supposed to. I'm not, like, I ain't gonna give a fuck. It ain't a coon. Shut the fuck up and go talk to Terry Crews.
Oh my God. Did you see the acronym he made up for that shit?
Yes, man.
Harry, please stop. Shutting the fuck up is free. I'm totally getting shirts made. I'm serious. Shutting the fuck up is free. Nobody asked you for that. Nobody asked. If you want people to stop saying coon, stop doing coon ass shit, nigga.
We're gonna talk about Terry Crews later.
Jesus.
But speaking of Terry Crews for the moment, there is a comedian named Joffrey. I think I told you about him and Affion Crockett doing a they did a
oh, I know him. Yeah.
Impersonation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was Whoopi Goldberg and Affion Crockett was Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
You seen
That's
that?
how you say his name. I'll be calling him Jeffrey.
No, it's Joffrey.
Okay. I've been saying
just because that's what DJ Vlad say, and him and DJ Vlad friends, so he always on there. But he's a funny ass dude, so I watch all his videos. He got other impersonations. He got a Steve Harvey impersonation, which is fucking hilarious, and then he got a Terry Crews impersonation that he recently did. That shit is funny, man. Y'all Google Joffrey impersonation, and first off, Steve Harvey gonna come up. Then he do Richard Pryor gonna come up. But the fact that he can do all these voices is so crazy. Bruh, he does Jason Statham.
Oh, wow.
Like, flawlessly.
Oh, my God.
That shit crazy, like how your vocal cords work, but man,
That's
that
hard
shit,
because you got to do a white voice and you got to do an accent.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. and not only that, but he's smart as shit. Like, he know his fucking history. He know his black history. He know his world history. It's like he wanted to know everything about history, and so he figured that shit out. And
Well,
so it's crazy.
Now, this is, I hate to be stereotyping.
He's Nigerian.
I was just finna say,
Yeah.
he's African, and African parents usually be about that education shit. They don't be playing about that shit.
Yeah. But,
So,
I mean, it was one of those situations. His parents got to be disappointed, at least at the start of his career. It's like, Dad, Mom, thanks for all of the work you put into making me educated. I want to be a funny man. Now, he going to say I'm going to be a comedian. They're going to be like, you want to be a funny man? That's how they'll respond. I know y'all weren't going to support my dream. I mean, it happened to work out. You know, when shit work out, then you can goddamn be like, hey, you know.
Yeah, it's different then.
Yeah, but y'all, anybody listening, go check that shit out. But I don't know. That whole situation is wild.
So this another COVID one because this people just. The title of this one is "My Significant Other Isn't Taking COVID Seriously. Should I break up with him to protect my mental health?" My boyfriend has been going to bars periodically and also plans to attend a somewhat large party Tuesday. He's conservative and doesn't take this as seriously as me. I know not all conservatives have planted their heads in the sand about this, but judging from his social circles, whose Facebooks are filled with posts downplaying the virus, it's clear where their mindset sits. I'm not going to sit here and tell him what to do or police his life. I have no interest in that. However, I'm not going to continue to see him and potentially put my life at risk. I didn't mind our political differences when we first met. I can accept that other people think differently than me. However, it's an unprecedented time in which our values are translating directly into our actions. Is it silly to break up over this? I'm happy to continue to be his friend, but romantically, I cannot be kissing on someone who is roaming around high-risk events or areas. I'm an intern in the medical field and believe in science and the recommendations of doctors, epidemiologists, and immunologists. I also value the lives of others. I may or may not die if I get it, but what's worse is that I could pass it on to others who could die or have lifelong complications. Thoughts? Girl, look. Again, the pandemic is just showing people that, you know, this shit ain't gonna work. Kudos for you for trying to date somebody that's as conservative as he seems to be. Because I wouldn't have been able to do this. Like, we wouldn't have made it to COVID for this to have ended. Because I feel like he been saying ignorant ass shit about different things before this. This is just something that could directly impact you and you could get sick on it. But again, I feel like this is another case of this nigga was already like this and you didn't see it. Or you didn't think it was a big deal under the guise of, he's free to have his opinion. And I believe people are free to have their opinion, but there are some opinions that you can have that's going to make me be like, I'm not fucking with you. You're free to have that opinion over there. Over there, not over here. Not in my house, not in my car, not in my life. Have those opinions, just not over here.
Look. You need to get one of the patients, a COVID patient, to cough in a little jar, screw it on real tight, and you need to bring that shit home and put it on his toothbrush. That's what you need to do, because this is a hard conversation to have, man. Because I mean, it's like I want to be like, man, everybody who own that bullshit need to get COVID. But you know what? A lot of people are asymptomatic, so even if you get COVID, it might not do nothing, and you might still be like, "Oh, that was just a cold. COVID is nothing." And so,
it to other people that's gonna die from the shit.
Exactly. So I don't think. I mean, I'm accepting that people ain't gonna look at COVID like this, and it's gonna extend it for us. And when we could squash it, it's just gonna become another flu type situation. I think that the next time our government step out and say, "Hey, we got this airborne thing going on," And when you step out in the air without a mask on, you fucking go blind. Them niggas gonna believe that shit then. They gonna be blind. Like if you walk outside and your legs just catch on fire, if you ain't protecting your legs, and they be like, the government ain't finna tell me to wear pants. I'm gonna fucking wear shorts. And you gonna walk outside and your legs gonna catch on fire. I bet when them 3rd-degree burns hit your ass, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Like the shit got to become real to people for somehow. It gotta become real to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's got to become real. And if it don't become real, then they can continue to think this way. I mean, it's been people that's getting really close to Trump that's had COVID lately.
Yeah.
Texas Republican was supposed to be getting on Air Force One. They tested him and said, bro, take your bitch ass back to Texas. Out here talking about no mask and you ain't even being safe. So you about to bring that shit on the plane with the president? We ought to dump your ass off in a ditch. Motherfucker.
Herman Cain just died of that shit.
Man, look.
This week.
Yeah, Herman Cain died. And it's crazy that all the high profile people getting COVID are Republicans. Ain't one goddamn Democrat yet. Not a like as far as leadership goes, not a motherfucking Democrat yet. You keep hearing about people on Pence's team that got it. You keep hearing about people from the rallies that got it that was helping, or Republicans, but you ain't hearing no Democrats that got that shit. It's because, I mean, you might not think Democrats are sensible in some shit, but when it comes to this pandemic, Democrats are fucking sensible. They
Put
are
mask on. They washing
considered enough to wear their mask and to listen to science. And wash your hands appropriately and sanitize them and all of this shit that they doing.
It's the same people who tell black people all the time, well, if you would just do what the police say, if you would just, listen to whatever their orders are, well, if you would just not resist. These are the same people saying that, and you sitting here showing your ass about wearing a goddamn mask. Are you crazy? Just wear the mask. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't even really inconvenience you all that fucking much to just put that shit on your face when you around other fucking people. Nobody's telling you that you have to sit up in your house and wear that goddamn mask. When you out and you're exposing other people, you need to wear your fucking mask. But y'all act like it's just like somebody came and told y'all that they just gonna direct your whole entire life for the rest of your life. Just wear the fucking mask. It ain't that deep. Just wear the mask. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
They acting like they are part of a society that put them through 400 years worth of oppression, and now the government that put them under that same oppression is telling them that they got to do something they don't want to do. It's real funny. It's real funny. I mean, I wish there was a group that looked like that experienced that and just do it. Like, we just do it. Listen, there's a whole group of black people who ain't wearing no mask, okay? You can go online and YouTube and look up fucking block parties and all kind of like house parties, but you know what? Those are also the same people that's fucking raw on the first night. They were already steeped in a life full of making bad decisions. Why the fuck would they put on a mask if they clapping cheeks raw? They playing Russian roulette with their dick and they finna crap out. That's Eddie Murphy. They was already steeped in bullshit ass decision making. So we not gauging black people's desire and levels of wearing masks based off of them. Because when I go into the fucking store that before everybody was mandatory, like in Walmart, everybody black had on a fucking mask, and a whole bunch of white people did not have on a fucking mask.
I'm talking about thug ass niggas. Masked up.
Bruh, I saw this nigga that had on a mask and he was pulling it down to vape in Walmart. I'm like, this nigga think no rules. He think all the rules went away. This nigga think this shit the book of Eli. Mother, what you vaping in here for? Take this shit outside somewhere. Like, you really need to smoke that. You need to get a pull that bad to vape in the middle of Walmart and pull your mask down to do it. You've been touching shit in Walmart and now you finna like, but that's, it goes back to that. Like, Herman Cain was at the goddamn that Tulsa rally.
Yep, he was.
And then he got COVID and he died. I just hate that the first high profile Republican that done died of COVID in leadership, not in leadership directly, but close to it, was the black person. I mean, why, man? Why can we lose like Roger Stone, man? Get him the fuck out of here, man. You know who that is, right?
No.
Roger Stone is the guy who went to jail for Trump, and then Trump just pardoned him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He was on a interview. He was on a radio show recently, and the dude was asking him some hard questions, and he said, "I don't want to talk to this Negro anymore."
Hold on.
Oh yeah. He said that shit. That shit recorded.
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
Black guy.
Okay.
This is Trump partner, man. Untouchables. But wear your fucking mask. No, this is not petty. Break up with his fucking ass.
Yep.
Break up with his bitch ass. After you get your jar of COVID cough and you wiggle his toothbrush in it a little bit, hopefully he don't go on a ventilator. But hopefully he also ain't asymptomatic. Hopefully he lose his taste and shit. And he have trouble breathing at night and sleeping. Like that's all I advocate for. I won't advocate for him to die or to even be on a ventilator, because you know what? Somebody who fucking deserved that ventilator.
The ventilator, yeah, don't waste the ventilator.
He don't deserve the ventilator. He deserved to hurt for a little while. He don't deserve to die. I won't say that. Deserve is a very funny word. It means absolutely nothing. Did you know that? Deserve, the word deserve means nothing.
What do you mean it means nothing?
It's utterly subjective.
Oh,
it ain't no objective way to measure deserve.
No.
It's none at all. Deserve is like a theoretical word. Like the word deserve is a theory. Theoretically, if you achieve this thing, something should come to you, but how it should come to you and what it is and the measure of that, no idea. Don't have an algorithm for it. So I ain't gonna say he should die, but he should fucking suffer. Everybody should suffer who don't believe this shit is real. And if you listening and you don't believe this shit is real, then I'm not sorry. You should fucking suffer. But science is real. Okay? Now, you can have opinions and be critical about how much the news may be over magnifying this, or how politics is using this for their specific shit. You can do that. But the reality is COVID is real.
COVID is real.
The flu is real too.
It is.
They are two different fucking things. So don't come with me talking about the flu ain't killing nobody. The flu ain't killing nobody.
When the flu first got here, it was killing niggas. It was.
It killed a bunch of motherfuckers.
It killed a bunch of motherfuckers.
And
when shit come out new, it killed motherfuckers. That's what happens. And that is what is the catalyst for finding a cure or a way to treat that shit, is because so many people died. That's just what it is. That's how diseases work. That's how it works.
Like, I ain't gonna take no vaccine if it come out. Okay, well, I guess you're gonna be killing people in your life for the next generation.
Which may not be a bad thing. Maybe it needs to stop your lineage.
Yeah, maybe they need to get the fuck on.
That's all that I'm gonna do for Reddit letters, so that we can, because we ain't been doing stories.
We have not been doing stories. We've been getting so damn steeped in this shit because it be entertaining as fuck, man.
People's lives are. People be going through shit.
Hey, y'all help us figure out the news to Reddit ratio. Like, you want 70-30, you want half and half. Help us with what's more entertaining, because it ain't like it's new shit in news. I mean, this is just our opinion on the news. But
yeah, it really is. But if you have a Reddit post, if you have a question, whatever, send it to us via Gmail, conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can send it to us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist. Send us the link to the foolishness. Because look, I found a Reddit post about ain't shit parents, and it's basically kids posting their parents who are like Trump supporters and the dumb shit they say. Fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. It's an hilarious Reddit.
First viral post.
Right.
You are presenting at a graduate conference in the humanities. Okay. What is the vague title of your paper? All right, your first initial is J.
It is.
Your last initial is F.
Yes.
Your birth month is December.
Yes.
Redefining aesthetics through a critical lens.
That is vague as fuck.
Very vague. Mine is activating the self in new media.
Very vague.
I don't know. I saw this and this one.
It's
It
vague as
says
fuck.
it say add a prefix to your title. Your prefix is the last text message you sent, followed by a colon.
Oh, I got emojis. My last text message was an emoji. Wasn't like words.
Okay. Mine is what you up to. So yeah, that's prefixes don't work in this situation. Next viral post. You would need to put your mother first if she had her own damn husband.
Damn.
So is this, this debate come up every goddamn year at some point. Who do you put first? The wife, your mama, or your kids type situation. Well, I mean, this one is your wife and your mama. The other one is your wife and your kids. They always come up with who do you feed first, your wife or your children? Or your husband or your children.
Your husband. It's usually a husband and your children because wives are supposed to fix their husband plate, apparently.
But do you fix the husband plate before the kid plate or the kid plate before the husband plate?
Who needed... Let me calm down. I'm fixing the children's plate first.
So are you even fixing your husband's plate?
I would fix him a plate, but I'm gonna feed our fucking children first. Especially if they young children. What the fuck I look like bringing you a plate? The kids still in there. Mama, we hungry. Like, no. I'm finna sit their little asses down, get them together, and then I'll fix you a plate.
Okay.
Like, I've never understood that. But speaking of mothers, so Shogun sent me a video. I don't know if he put it in the group or not, but it is a video of a wedding. This couple is like saying their vows, and the wife says something about like, oh, I'm gonna love you through your flaws. His mama go off. My son doesn't have any flaws. How dare you get up there and say that he's flawed? He's flawed. Like, I'm talking about showing her whole ass. Whole ass. And the poor groom is just like, he don't know. He like, my mama out here being crazy, but she my mama. And my wife over here mad. Like, obviously this has been some shit that's been... And everybody at the wedding is like, Julie, just sit down. No, I'm not going to sit down. I'm not going to sit here while she... And that dress you're wearing, I paid for that dress. You're not going to sit up there in a dress I paid for and say my son has flaws. Your fucking son has flaws, ma'am. And you flawed as fuck, obviously. You don't sit your ass down somewhere. I hope I don't have no mother-in-law like that, because I ain't got time.
Man, I can't. I won't be able to do it either.
Her ass gonna be ejected. Get her the fuck out.
I mean, I can hear the pillow talk now. You need to get your folks. Because I've been trying to be nice out of respect for you. But that shit is about to come to an end.
About to expire.
Yeah, that shit's about... The expiration date is coming up. And I don't got time to be subduing my true feelings about this situation.
You need to get your folks.
Yeah, you need to get your folks. They overstepping some boundaries that they ain't got no business stepping over. But
I seen you that video. It's crazy. Like,
I seen it.
Oh, you did? Lose her mind. Like, bitch, if you don't sit your ass down, Julie.
Bruh.
Or I come whoop your ass and then still marry your son.
That's how you get your brake lines cut. That's how you get your house set on fire. It don't burn all the way down, but the kitchen fucked up now. That's how that shit happened.
Oh my God.
That's how that shit happened. But I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, I'd be like, bruh, man, a part of me want to be real petty. A part of me want to be like, okay, fuck this wedding. Well, this ain't the day we finna remember. Wedding off. We gonna get married later. Your ass ain't invited. Let's go, baby. Or if the father-in-law got up there and was like, I paid for that tux. I'll take that shit off and throw it at his ass, and we get married in my drawers. Motherfucking, I'll have on some silk drawers that day. I'll have on some nice ass drawers. We ain't doing Fruit of the Loom on my wedding day. We had all the shit I got on gonna be motherfucking top tier. When I have my wedding, I'm gonna have Coach. Goddamn, if Coach sell drawers, I'm gonna in big size. I'm gonna have some of them motherfuckers. Fancy ass socks. I'm gonna have everything. If I ain't never spent money on some real nigga clothes before, it's gonna be on my wedding day. You know what? I'm gonna strip down to my boxers and tell the Reverend to continue and get that nigga out of here, y'all. Coming in here ruining my goddamn woman's day. Give a fuck if this your daughter. If you had an iota of respect for it, then you wouldn't be up here wilding out on her fucking wedding day. I just don't understand, like, but my personality don't fit somebody who would be stuck in between the two, like, oh, my wife versus my mama. No, my mama in this moment is being a fucking uber dick.
Yes. He did end up saying, he said something to the effect of, well, you're very flawed because you don't even know how to behave like an adult. He did a very white man response to it. So he did say something.
I would not tolerate that shit. Like, and my mama know I wouldn't either. Like, my mama know she done heard me be aggressive towards her because of something that I needed to be aggressive towards her about. Not in no, like, well, I say assertive more than aggressive. I don't want to sound like I've been, but I was really assertive. My mama know that I have the capacity to be assertive when something is going on that I don't agree with, or that I don't like, or that I think is impacting everybody's enjoyment. So, when I work with kids, I have a problem with that rhetoric and that dialogue. I have a problem with that, but that's your daddy. What the fuck that mean? That don't mean shit, but that's your daddy.
Exactly. And he's showing his ass. That does not give you free reign to just do what the fuck you want to do. Becoming a parent does not mean that you don't have to be checked about shit. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. You do not get a free pass to just fuck over your kids or do fuck shit and then nobody say nothing because you a parent. No. Fuck out of here.
This nigga do not get no kudos because he shot the club up and you don't get none because you let him. Being a father or a mother comes with criteria.
It does.
And if you don't meet that fucking criteria, don't tell me or don't tell no kid I work with, but that's your daddy.
No.
Because a lot of these daddies ain't shit.
Yep.
And a lot of these mamas ain't shit.
Oh, and ain't shit mamas are the worst.
But that's your mama though. Well, so I'm supposed to accept this abuse?
But I'm her child. Why don't nobody ever say, but that's your daughter though, that's your son though? Like, don't nobody ever do that. You as a child are just supposed to eat all of this. That's just, you just supposed to eat.
Because they don't have a family relationship mentality with kids. They have a property mentality with kids.
Yeah.
So think of it like a slave and a master's relationship. Imagine the other slaves being like, hey, I'm finna start learning how to read. Boy, master said don't read. But that's your master. I'm gonna read anyway. But that's your master. But that's your master. You're supposed to listen to your master. He put clothes on us. He feed us. They gave us this nice little shed to sleep in. It's 12 of us. But it's nice nonetheless. That's your master.
I cannot.
That's what I hear when I hear that shit. That's the mentality people got. They got this mentality that parents own their kids and that they're supposed to assert their dominance on their kids through force and through corporal punishment. And so when they say, but that's your mama though, that means that the mere fact that this person birthed me supersedes any of the behaviors that they could participate in that I'm supposed to react to?
Yep.
Man, fuck that and fuck you.
I can't stand that shit.
It make me so mad when I hear people say, but that's your daddy though. Well, what the fuck that got to do with me? I didn't have to be here. You need to tell that nigga, and you as well, mama.
Yep. Oh my God.
Y'all owe me.
I could do a whole goddamn show on just this topic alone. And you know I could, because I have this in spades.
And one of my specific things is step parents. I feel like if you are a parent that has told your child, listen, he your daddy now, or this is a new man in my life now, or you gonna have to accept him as your stepdaddy now, or he gonna be here, so you gotta get used to it now, and he end up being a fuck boy and you divorce him, you owe your child. I don't give a fuck. You need to take that motherfucker out to eat every day of the year if you can afford it. You owe him. Listen, baby, I know I told you you need to listen to this fuck boy, and while I could divorce the fuck boy when I got tired of listening to him, and you couldn't, you just had to deal with the bullshit. I'm sorry. I feel like you owe your kids.
Yeah.
If you choose to leave somebody you was forcing your kids to accept, you need to give your kid some shit. You need to give your kid a lump sum, like goddamn, like a lawsuit. Like, if you or any of your loved ones have been impacted by the man that I chose in my life, you deserve compensation. Like, that's the shit that need to happen to me when it comes to a motherfucker whose step parent has been a part of their life like that.
Call on point 800-600-6014.
Yeah, call me. Look, listen, I'm still the king of petty now. If you're trying to get back at a stepdaddy, I mean, my stepdaddy died before I could even do anything. So, you know, the universe got me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm good. I mean, I'm talking about the dude that was whooping up on my mama. Yeah. The dude who was whooping up on my brother. The dude that he was just a dick. He was a pastor and he started back smoking, fucking doing drugs. I don't want to say smoking crack, but doing drugs while he was with my mama. My mama told the pastor, and we went to church, and I guess mama thought that the pastor was gonna be like, you can't come up here, man. You doing drugs again. You know, until you get that shit on the wraps, you can't be up here serving the Lord with us. You making us look. It ain't.
Not how Christianity works.
As soon as he walked out with the rest of them, she picked us up and she grabbed our hands and we got the fuck out of that church. I'm like, man, I was like, that had to be embarrassing for my mama. Like, I'm looking back at moments that happened in my life and I'm like, that shit had to be fucking embarrassing for her. Oh my God, that nigga crazy.
Yeah, I had some of those, but it wasn't a stepdad.
Anyway, once you get married, your mother is no longer first. It should be your wife. Otherwise, you shouldn't choose to get married. If you want your mama to be the number one lady in your life, then be solo.
Then live with her.
I mean, but you don't want to do that because you don't have the option to clap cheeks then.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm just thinking I'm looking at it from a man's perspective, okay?
What's the next viral post?
I'm just saying. You know, Beyonce's Black is King came out yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it at work. It's cool. It's cool for what it is.
It ain't like a lemonade.
It's not a lemonade. I'm not gonna watch it again, to be honest with you. It was cool for what it is. Like, I appreciate what she was trying to do. It was cool for what it was, but it isn't a repeat watch for me.
I don't know if I want to see it or not. Because with Lemonade, I just like the songs, and they were complimented by visuals, and that was great.
Yeah, this isn't.
So you're not gonna watch it again? Is this an album that you would listen to over and over?
So it did make me, because I didn't listen to the album, the Lion King the soundtrack. I didn't listen to that or whatever that was. I didn't listen to it when it came out. Watching it did make me go and add 3 songs from that album to like my frequently played playlist. So it did do that. It was trying to follow the story of the Lion King using people and like an actual, it was cool for what it was. I'll just say that. But it isn't a repeat watch. I watched Lemonade a couple of times, but like, I ain't gonna watch that again probably. So
this viral post says Terry Crews is probably somewhere saying white is also king.
That's sad because it's probably true. Oh, he's so lost. Poor thing.
It's bad.
He needs to just shut the fuck, man. Just shut up.
He does.
Stop talking.
He does. Black lingo white people will never know. Freak the black before you light it.
Yeah.
You know what that
Rolling
is?
the blunt. Yeah.
I don't think that's what that is.
Freaking the black? Don't you
Yeah.
wrap it up in the...
No, you don't do that with blacks. You do that with cigars. You don't use blacks to roll weed up.
The
You
hell is
use
freaking up?
swishers.
What are you doing?
Freaking the black is when you take that little piece of paper out of it that they think makes it cause cancer. It's a little filter in a Black and Mild that
They take the
believe
filter
if you
out?
take it out that it is, they think that filter cause cancer or
I
something.
cannot.
When they probably in essence adding to the cancer
It
speed.
probably was helping you to get less cancer by smoking with it in there, but all right.
If I'm mistaken, whoever knows something about freaking the black, let me know. I ain't never smoked a Black and Mild. Never will. Unless somebody put a gun in my head and say, smoke this Black and Mild for your life. And it's some things that they can say that I'll be like, kill me. But I will smoke a black to live if I know that they're gonna let me live. You know, hopefully they won't make me smoke a black and say, yo, dumbass did it anyway, and then put a bullet in my head.
Yeah.
Hopefully they be a man of their word, even though they not a man of very much character, because they already putting a gun in my head and making me do mundane stupid shit anyway. But you know, that's the only time I'll smoke a black. But it's some shit that somebody can say where I'd be like, kill me. Like if somebody be like, suck my dick and you'll live. I don't think I'm gonna do that. But and it ain't got nothing to do with it being a dick. If a woman was like, eat this cat, and I'm like, kill me. No, I'm not finna get herpes to live. I'm not doing that. I wouldn't do it. I'm dying. Dying in that moment. Bust that corner.
Bust that corner.
Yeah. Bust that corner. It doesn't mean turn left or right. Like whichever one they point at. He finna be a lick. He keep playing.
Oh, he finna get robbed?
Yeah, he definitely finna get robbed. Up the Glock.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That means get your weapon ready. Prepare it. Prepare your weapon. These hoes be tweaking.
Tweaking?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Tweaking is usually a drug reference.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what that is. And then I'm trying to build my phone up.
Trying to get bitches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next post. Oh, let me see. Men twerk when they do missionary. Oh, you're getting a kick out of that one, huh?
Oh, because I just got a visual. It's true.
When it's missionary, it's not twerking. Just because your butt cheeks is clapping back and forth, that ain't twerking.
Oh God, that's funny.
That's like saying jumping jacks is twerking. That's not the mission. Okay? The mission is not to twerk. So if twerking related activities happen during another activity, it's not twerking. Just leave it alone. So this is one of the women that was sitting in that picture with Herman Cain, Angela Stanton King. All the celebrities and Democrats catch COVID and magically heal, but Herman Cain is dead. I swear I hate it here. I was right there with him. We were perfectly fine. This is war.
What?
I really hope the war is with COVID-19 and she's going to start wearing a mask.
I would like to think that that's what she meant, but knowing her, I don't think so.
Yeah, she's probably somebody who should have been in the special ed.
Well, she might be the next one to catch COVID.
Next post, Zoomer got TikTok, Millennials got MySpace, Gen X got AOL, Boomers got to buy a house and go to college while supporting themselves with a minimum wage job.
Yeah, they came out on top.
Sad, ain't it?
That it's just made me like, God, my whole look just dropped. Damn.
It's sad as shit, man. We got bamboozled.
Big time.
Trump trying to get rid of TikTok.
I got that. We gonna talk about that.
Okay. Next post. Man, so this is like a story more than anything, and this is a good ass story. This shit is crazy.
Okay.
You're a regular office worker born with the ability to see how dangerous a person is with a number scale of 1 to 10 above their heads. A
Okay.
toddler would be a 1, while a skilled soldier with a firearm may score a 7. Today, you notice the reserved new guy at the office measures a 10.
Oh shit, no. No.
You decide it's best to find out what you can about this person. Cautiously, you approach his desk. He's a handsome man, tall but with a disarming smile. How could such a friendly guy with such a cute, dorky glasses be dangerous? You extend your hand. I notice you're new here. What's your name? He shakes your hand warmly. His gaze is piercing as if he's looking right through you. The name's Clark, he says. So how long have you worked for the Daily Planet? So the story continues. It's been a few weeks and one of Clark's friends shows up. She's pretty and all, enough muscle that she must work out. First thought would be that she should be maybe a 6. Clark's introducing her around. This is my good friend Diana. She's in from out of town. You blink and take a step back in fear. You've never seen an 11 before. The day Bruce Wayne shows up for his long promised interview with Lois Lane, you can't help it. The mug you're hiding from your finger and send a shock of hot coffee and ceramic shards across the floor. Clark stops a few feet away and squints, and you worry from behind those ridiculous glasses you're 99% sure he doesn't actually need, and asks tentatively, everything all right? You ignore him in favor of staring at the inky dark numerals hovering over the beaming fool, gesticulating some fantastic yacht story for a gaggle of secretaries and minor colonists. That's it. Your gift has officially gone haywire. There is no other explanation because there is absolutely no way that Bruce Wayne is a 10. At this point, you've seen it all. Mild-mannered reporters and billionaires at a 10 and a model-like woman at 11. You were really starting to doubt your power. The day you really stopped believing in it was when Bruce Wayne came for another visit, and this time with a kid. The kid couldn't be more than 10 years old, a bit on the short side. He was an 8. The day you started believing in it again was when you saw on TV the formation of something called the Justice League. There were those same numbers over Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Robin. That's when you put 2 and 2 together. You wonder how nobody at the Daily Planet noticed that Clark was Superman with glasses. You wonder why you didn't notice. You wonder why nobody put 2 and 2 together that Diana, Prince, and Wonder Woman look the exact same. You look in the mirror as the realization hits you and you see your own number change from a 3 to a 9. That's the story.
Why does your number change from a 3 to a 9?
Because your power is putting all of those things together and recognizing that you know who the personalities of those people are.
Oh, okay.
So you were able to identify it. I don't know, but they be telling these kind of stories all along Reddit under writing prompts, and it's some really good shit under writing prompts. Like, it's some motherfuckers that be writing some stories in writing prompts that are actually pretty good. And this wasn't even one person. This was multiple people adding to the same story.
Oh, well, that makes it cooler.
Yeah, so it's really interesting how people get on there and just do that. But, you know, I'm a superhero fan, so that shit was cool to me.
You got on a Guardian shirt right now.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 wasn't the best one, but it was good. I saved these before I read them. I want to get an oceanfront hotel room and get nastier than cucumber Gatorade.
Ew.
Have you tasted cucumber Gatorade?
That's a fucking real thing?
Yes, it is.
Why? Who? What marketing person said, you know what? Fucking amazing. Cucumbers and Gatorade. That sounds disgusting.
It is fucking disgusting. It is not good. I mean, if you post a thread on Facebook that says cucumber Gatorade is trash, you're going to get 3 people that say they like it and 12 that say they don't. But it's not good. I mean, you got to like cucumber.
Yeah. Doesn't even sound good.
It is nasty.
Is it sweet? Gatorades are sweet. They're not like sugary a lot, but it's sweet cucumber?
All I can tell you is it tastes like a cucumber. That's all I can tell you. It tastes like a cucumber. It's like cucumber and some other seasoning or something in it. It's cucumber something, and it tastes exactly like that shit. And I'm like, this ain't good.
No.
This ain't good at all.
Sounds disgusting.
Let me see. Next one. What grade were you in when you had your first black male teacher?
First black male teacher, I was in 7th grade math, and he was a pervert.
Damn.
Oscar Daniels. He also happened to be the girls' basketball coach, and that's probably why he wanted to be the girls' basketball
You
coach.
nasty
The
son of a
creeper.
bitch.
Yeah.
You can't
That
even
was
look at the first black man as a positive experience.
Well, now, so I went to, my school was K through 12, so I went to the same school the whole time I was in high school. So, like, when I was in elementary, because we all went to school together, there were teachers that were there that retired before I got up to be able to be in their class, right? So there were other black male teachers that just retired before I got up to their grade. You know what I'm saying? So there were other ones before him, but he's the first one that I was actually in his class, and he was a pervert. It's terrible.
Okay, well, killed that question. I don't even want to talk about it no more now. How to cuddle. Dick on butt, hand on titty, other hand feeding her grilled cheese.
Why grilled cheese?
I don't know, this white people shit, clearly.
Fucking weird.
You know, white people be eating grilled cheese sandwiches and macaroni and cheese for dinner their whole childhood.
It's fucking weird.
This is a safe space, and I'm going to read some of the comments of what people said. This is a safe space. What's the most gluttonous thing you have ever done? I used to buy 2 Whoppers at a time and buy 2 large fries, one for the ride home, and down a large vanilla shake. I ate a large meat lover pizza from Pizza Hut by myself in one afternoon.
Damn.
So, I'm going to say mine, and I'm going to read some of the comments. Anytime I go to a fast food restaurant, I always purchase just in case the original thing I got was not good. So if I get a number 3 and the burger patties are dry or it seemed like they were old, I also add like 2 McChicken sandwiches just in case. So that's not the most gluttonous thing I do. I don't really do much more than that. I do something else that's real fucking that's heart attacky. And I don't want to do it no more because it fuck up the quality. So, and I did it for the first time recently, and I realized how fucking disgusting it was. All right, so I love crab legs. I was allergic to this shit for 5 years. Shit going away. I fuck with crab legs heavy now. So I'm eating crab legs, and at a certain point, because I'm hungry, I'll break them, eat them, break them, eat them, break them, eat them. Then at a certain point, when I start getting full, I just start breaking them all and taking all the meat out, and I just break them, take all the meat out, throw all the crab legs away, and now I got this pile of meat there from the crab legs instead of eating them one by one. And so now I got this drawn butter in front of me. So what I decided to do is I just put all of the meat into the butter. And the essence of drawn butter is that it's warm. As long as it stays warm, it stays in a liquid state. But because I put all that meat in there, it all chilled and it just became like a big butter glob with meat, and I still ate it. And I was like, oh my God, that was so damn. I'll never do that again because it also changed the flavor profile of the butter with the meat, and it was not good. It tasted kind of gritty somehow. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, that was probably mine, I guess.
That is, yes.
Now, okay, full size. This one person said full size fried crawfish po' boy, fully dressed, add cheese and bacon, large fries from Popeye, supersized Arnold Palmer daiquiri with 2 extra shots, equivalent to a Route 44 drink from Sonic in terms of size, and a single serving of Tres Leche cake from Whole Foods.
Damn.
Next
That's
person.
a lot of food.
I used to deliver to a Krispy Kreme. They would give me a dozen donuts for free. I eat 6 of them in the parking lot before I went home. I'd be disgusted at myself every week.
If they warm, it's hard not to do that. Krispy Kreme donuts that are warm.
I used to do the 2 Whoppers, fries, and a milkshake after a football game. Nigga was hungry. I used to eat a whole Little Caesars $5 pizza every day for lunch as a teen.
God, how big are you now?
No idea.
Shit.
I used to buy the 2-pound bag of Skittles after school every other day and would literally eat them till my stomach got upset.
Ugh.
I ate at one restaurant and was full, but my taste buds weren't satisfied, so I swung by another one right after.
Damn.
Ate a 2-pound bag of Harbor Old gummy bears in one sitting.
Hope it wasn't the sugar-free kind.
I lived around the corner from my grandmother when I was growing up. Back when I was a teenager with metabolism, I could cycle daily between the two houses eating dinners and leftovers after football practice. For when I was 15 to 17, I don't think they ever had to throw food away. A couple more. I was eating nuggets in lieu of or in conjunction with fries 15 years before it was a thing. 2 cheeseburgers, 6 piece, large fries, large Sprite. My teenage early 20s metabolism was a blowtorch. I used to eat 6 junior bacon cheeseburgers and a biggie sweet tea from Wendy's. Couldn't tell my metabolism shit 20 years ago. Man,
I don't eat a lot of food. I don't eat a lot at once. Like, I just don't.
you don't.
I get full easily.
Gluttony don't necessarily mean a lot of food. It could mean just something that's unhealthy. Like my old roommate, white guy, just to clarify, used to his brother used to dip hot dogs in mayo. He just regular hot dog, like hot dog, not the bun with the bread, just the hot dog in mayo and eat it. First time I saw that shit, I almost threw up, man, because I don't
I
fuck with mayo
want to
like
throw
that.
up right now.
And then one day we were all sitting at the table and they had some wings. And I mean, I wasn't sitting at the table, I was there. And he said, "Is anybody gonna drink the wing juice?"
Oh God.
And they was like, "No." And he took the basket and he poured all of the grease from the bottom of the basket and drink it.
That's disgusting.
Very much so. So it ain't about the quantity of food. Sometimes it's about the quality.
I don't know that I eat anything that I don't know.
Next post. Why would you try to recruit me into the army, but you're missing a leg? That's terrible marketing. This dude said, "Oh my God, niggas pull up with an eye patch, no legs, and a mean ass scar talking about I fought with honor." Say, nigga, it seemed like you lost.
That's rude, but
Yeah,
hilarious.
disrespectful. Um, Next post. Jermaine Fuller, the singer of Peanut Butter Jelly Time, died in 2002 after an 11-hour standoff with the Las Vegas police, even after his brother-in-law, Snoop Dogg, had sent a video urging him to surrender. This just came
What?
from facts. Yeah, I guess that guy was married to Snoop Dogg's sister.
His last name was Fuller? That's funny.
Got some Jermaines in your family?
Everybody got Jermaines in their family.
Not me.
You ain't got no Jermaine? Do I have a Jermaine while I'm saying that shit? I don't know. Probably my daddy's side.
Y'all hoes started them OnlyFans pages and thought y'all was gonna take off, and now y'all see how I feel to be a local rapper.
Wow.
Join my OnlyFans of me standing in front of the shower and turning side to side so you can see my angles. We've got to send kids back to school so one day they can be doctors and scientists and everyone can ignore them.
Touche.
Yeah. That's it for the viral post.
Let's see. I did watch Black is King. Like I said, it's one of those things that it's cool for what it is. I appreciate let me say this, the only white people in this thing were servants. That was nice to see. Usually it's the opposite. But it was cool for what it was. If you like the album, if you were somebody that really liked that album, I mean, it's good visuals for it. But like I said, it's one of those things that I thought was cool to watch, but I will not rewatch it. It's just not something I'm gonna watch again, probably. It's cool though. Blue Ivy is in it a lot. The twins are in it like a little, but Blue Ivy's in it a lot. Kelly Rowland, like all of the people that fuck with that Beyonce fuck with, all of them was in it. And I didn't realize she had a song on the album, or more like and it's not that long. I wouldn't even call it a song, but I love Jessie Reyez. I don't know if you listen to her.
No, I don't.
I I love Jessie Reyez. She has like this very gritty voice. She did a song on one of Eminem's album, not the last one, the one before, the Kamikaze. But anyway, she was on the song and she was in the movie, whatever, visual album, whatever. So that was cool. But like, yeah, it ain't something I would watch again.
You may just listen to the shit.
Yeah. Did you see the senator that we have that had to step? He's also a pastor. Did you see he stepped down as pastor because the church asked him to?
You
know why the church asked him to step down?
What do you do?
The invocation to the Grand Wizard. Is it the Grand Wizard? What's the head of the Ku Klux Klan called? Yeah, the first Grand Wizard the Ku Klux Klan had. He had a birthday and a birthday party. And this Republican senator for the state of Alabama not only went to the party, he did the invocation and posted on Facebook talking about there was some good eating too. And so, of course, people are like, you're a senator who's hanging out with a Ku Klux Klan, like not just a member, like a lauded member. Like he was the first Grand Wizard and shit. Like, sir. He said he's not going to step down as representative, but he stepped down from the church because they met and said, you got to go.
Not surprising. It's Alabama.
It's
probably
Alabama.
Probably a nigga's third cousin or some shit.
Probably. And nobody would have even knew he was there. He ain't posted shit on Facebook. Like, nobody would have knew, but like his family, like nobody he wouldn't have got called out. The reason why he got fucked up is because he got on Facebook and was like, yep, I went to the Grand Wizard's birthday party. It was nice. Good eating. Had a good time. Then people found out and was like, bro, you a state representative. Like, you can't. It's not a good look.
You know the kind of shit white people do. White people be like, that man ain't got a racist bone in his body. He just happens to disagree with black existence. But he ain't racist. We all bleed the same blood.
Oh my
We're
God.
all the same in God's eyes.
And he just looked like one of them little frat boys that went to Alabama. The school, Alabama. He just looked like one of them little white frat boys that were running around talking about, get her done. Like, he just looked like one of them. Sorry, it's not surprising. But it's just like, nigga, you just really don't give a fuck. Like, you just don't care. It's like, yeah, I hang out with the Ku Klux Klan, and what you gonna do about it? Those are my peeps. Bam.
Okay. We missed last week. That's Red's fault.
Wait a minute.
What?
How is it my fault? You could have done the show without me. You've done the show without me before.
Listen, Red asked something very specific this week that she don't ask other weeks. Other weeks she say, can you get somebody else to do the show? This time she said, can we skip a week? I don't know why. I don't know what the variable was. But when it came time to decide if I was going to do the show by myself, I was like, I guess we could skip a week since that's what Red wants to do. First week we've ever skipped in 5 years.
Blame me.
That means
whatever.
Why wouldn't I? It ain't no big deal. Unless it was a big deal to you. Then send your displeasure to Red and direct it specifically to her and let her know why you did not like it.
Don't do that shit.
Look, man, you can't endow a group of people with, entertainment and then just take it away.
For a week. Out of 5 years, 1 week.
Have you ever seen Lawnmower Man?
No.
Well, I know you seen Lawnmower Dog.
I did.
Well, the same concept. You can't just snatch that machine off that dog's head. Shit ain't gonna be right. You can't just do that to people. We got a very small following, and it's fine because all me and Red do is just talk shit on the video, right? Yeah. Audio. So it's fine. We don't have to have. But I know one of y'all motherfuckers was waiting for that Monday. Boop, notification. Conversation con artist. Yeah, we are conversation con artists. Y'all was waiting for that shit and you didn't get it. Let Red know why you didn't like it.
What's your story?
My story, we ain't been talking about Trump, man, and what Trump been having going on, man. I mean, I know. Don't get me wrong.
Jesus.
I understand every bit of the sentiment in your sigh, okay? I know. But Trump said some shit this week that was outlandish. And it's getting to the point where he is overtly being racist. And one of those things is that he said that, hey, everybody who live in the suburbs, if you
Oh my God. Yeah.
you don't have to worry about them poor people coming into your town because I reversed the Obama Biden law back in the day. You're welcome. Fuck the coons. It didn't say the last part, but he's just appealing to people with all out racism now.
It was
Because
so bad. I want to find what he's the word because the way it was worded so bad. Oh my God. Keep going. I'm gonna find what he said exactly.
I'm trying to find my buddy's post that kind of break down what it is. But don't look like I can find it, motherfucker. He didn't post. Okay. President Trump has just tweeted that he was getting rid of the Affirmatively Furthering Fair Housing Act. So, this starts off with the Fair Housing Act of 1968, where it was important for the landlords and home sellers to not discriminate, right? And so that's what that legislation was about, right? So, in previous regulations, they discriminated and such in that way. Now, at some point, the question was asked, can the city also discriminate? Like, okay, landlords and home sellers can't discriminate, but can the city discriminate? Because the Fair Housing Act didn't address whether the city could discriminate or not. So the AFFH, it addressed that. It said you as a city, you can't discriminate. You have to make these neighborhoods abide by the rules that a landlord and a homeowner got to meet as far as not discriminating. And it basically held the state responsible for when neighborhoods discriminate. And Trump was basically saying, I struck that down. So y'all don't have to worry about the state coming to your neighborhood and saying you got to have brown people or you got to have affordable housing here. You can't price people out of this community. You can't not show people these houses. And Trump is pretty much reversing that. That's what that is.
This is what he specifically said. People living their suburban lifestyle dream but no longer be bothered or financially hurt by having low-income housing built in your neighborhood. Your housing prices will go up based on the market and crime will go down because poor people steal and kill and murder.
Bruh. Trump is saying anything right now to get whatever he gonna get. Like he literally, I feel like he gonna say everybody white, y'all gonna get your own personal police officer because these voters and these protesters are tripping because Joe Biden wants to defund the police and Trump wants to give you your own personal to come to your house and follow you everywhere. MAGA 2020. Like Trump is a bitch.
You know the TikTok shit, like. He, in an interview, said that he was really thinking about banning TikTok because it's did he say it was unfair?
Yeah.
It's like this fucking TikTok, my dude. Like, you're a whole 70-something-year-old president in the middle of a goddamn pandemic where your citizens are dying and on ventilators and shit, and you talk about cutting off TikTok. Like, that's where your priority is, my dude. Like, Trump, like, come on, man.
You know, all of it plays to his agenda, and his agenda in this regard is that nationalism, America first shit, because TikTok is I don't know if it's Chinese owned or Chinese backed or whatever it does, but you know, he been having issues with China and calling fucking coronavirus Kung flu and thinking that they, you know, doing shit. But it's ridiculous that we got a president that's like this, man. A part of me, like, we done seen movies with presidents like this. We done seen movies with niggas in the government like this, like
but
Triple
when it's
X State
real
of the
life,
Union.
it's scary.
Triple X State of the Union, the Secretary of State. That man was finna kill everybody above him so he could be the president.
Shit is scary when it's real life, though. It's entertaining in a movie.
It is, but it's like crazy that Trump the only one living the movie.
Yeah.
We live in a nightmare, goddamn.
And water is wet news. Or news that is not surprising, let me say that. So the man who filmed Ahmaud Arbery's shooting, which his name is William Bryan Jr., he's being investigated for child molestation. Who the fuck is surprised? First of all, let's not even talk about the fact that he sat and not only did he record this shooting, he assisted in it by blocking his path and not letting him get by with his truck. But he just looked like he would have child porn on his computer. He just looks like that kind of a dude. So when I saw this shit, I was like, of course he is. Of course he was also molesting kids, because why wouldn't he be? No surprise. No shock. There was no, oh my God, he did that too? It's like, oh, okay, he's doing that too. All right.
So, I mean, I guess going along with that, this week some documents were unsealed. Shogun probably know a lot about this. He probably been combing down all this Epstein stuff. But it was some documents released this week talking about implicating some of the people in Jeffrey Epstein's scheme, and one of them is Alan Dershowitz. I mean, this man has been on Trump impeachment defense team. He been on CNN. He's everywhere, and now that's just one of the first names to drop in this documentation that done came out, and it's crazy because with them having caught Epstein's, woman handler, I guess, the joke side is that, she gonna commit suicide soon. You know. But I wonder how many more names gonna come out. Like, I wonder if they really gonna let this happen. Like, they won't be able to get away with her dying somehow, and people not being like, okay, she was definitely fucking murdered. Like, you can't do this 2 times in a row, or the system not care. That's the kind of shit that make you be like, Scandal is real. Like, the motherfuckers that Scandal shit. Scandal will be like, the motherfucking Secretary of State, hey, call. He'll make a call at a fucking payphone in midnight down on a neighborhood he ain't got no business, and be like, meet me here in this, and then get there and be like, yeah, I need you to take care of this person, and next thing you know, somebody's dead, and it's like, he did this. So it make you be like, that shit is real, man. This, seeing stuff like this. But I was just gonna mention that I ain't had a chance to really look into them papers like I want to, but I will.
Kanye still out here being Kanye and tweeting all kind of shit. I guess this week was people's response to all the crazy tweets that he tweeted last week. But he tweeted this thing that said, or is it? I don't know if it's a tweet. I cried at the thought of aborting my firstborn, and everyone was so concerned about me. I'm concerned for the world that feels you shouldn't cry about this subject. Kanye. So Kim didn't come to you and say, I'm pregnant, I don't think I want to keep it, I'm just going to go ahead and abort this baby. You said that you wanted her to have an abortion. Like, you were pushing for that. So yes, you crying about now about something that you wanted to do then, my nigga, what? And people were not concerned about you simply because you were crying about this. You revealed this shit to the world during a fucking manic episode. Go take your fucking medicine. Just go take your pills. God damn it. Just please go take your medicine and don't not take it again. This is what happens when you don't take your meds. We go through this every year. Every year you get off your meds and you be doing bullshit. Like, nigga, just fucking take your pills and shut the fuck up.
Then you release an album.
Then you release an album. Tired. It's too much. Stop. Just. And he really, like, I watched that video of him at his rally and that interaction he had with the black girl that went viral. Like, y'all have told Kanye so much that he is a genius, that he believes everything he says is profound. This nigga really looked at a girl in the middle of a global pandemic with some shit that's airborne that you can catch it in the air, who had a mask on because she's protecting herself against the virus. And you really thought you dropped the mic when you said, and we can't even see who you are because you got your face covered. Nigga, and like that was a drop the mic moment for him. Like, he walked off like he had really said some shit. And it's like, what the fuck what are you even talking about? Like, y'all done told him so long that he's this creative genius that he really he believes anything he says is profound. Anything he says is profound. Even if it's the stupidest shit ever, it's profound because he said it. And y'all feed into that shit. Stop calling he's a sick person. That's who Kanye is. Like, all of that, the creative shit that he used to be, that shit has been deaded, okay, by his bipolar disorder that is horribly managed. So please stop saying that. Stop it. I don't want to hear no more shit about Kanye being no goddamn genius. Like, stop.
I ain't even gonna give him no energy. None. Now, this is a story as old, but because we didn't have a episode last week, I just want to talk about this woman who went up to her guy's truck, poured gasoline all over the motherfucking, took out one of them stick lighters, stuck her arm over in that bitch, and flipped the switch.
She stuck her whole top half of her body in the window. That's what she went all, you know how if you talking to somebody and you lean on their car and your top half of your body be propped up on the window. That's what she did. Like, she went all the way in there knowing she was finna light some goddamn gasoline on fire. So I saw it, I'm like, why you lean in so far?
This is one of those special ed cases. This is one of those cases where she would have rightfully probably been in special ed. Because we know that fumes are the dangerous part of gasoline, because sometimes you can't smell them. They can linger all around you. And as soon as a spark happens, like, it's a reason that when you watch movies where motherfuckers finna burn you up, that they either get a match and flick it over to the shit, or they pour gasoline line all the way out, light that trail and let it go fuck it up, or they get one of them lighters, which I don't know why you would do this. Why would you buy a $20 Zippo just to open it up and throw it into the shit? Oh, yeah. They get one of them, open it up, throw it, and then that motherfucker boom. But you ain't never seen nobody in no goddamn movie put their whole ass head in there with one of them and bruh, so this is how fire works, right? She got some burns because it came fast. But the reality is the combustion that came from the fire, the force pushed her back, not the fire. Yeah. So while some fire probably touched her, her head got slung back from that combustion from that shit.
Oh my God.
These are things that if you understood science and finished high school, you would know. So she either didn't understand science, she didn't finish high school, or she finished high school and her high school was trash, because I did play spades in my science class in my last year. It's very possible that she had all the intentions of being educated, but her school did not have the same agenda in mind. But it was preposterous. It just looked so crazy. Like, what can a man do to you so bad that you got to go and fuck up his vehicle in that way. Like, I'm okay, slash 3 tires, you know, if you have to. Apparently not 4, because if you slash 4, insurance will pay for it.
Yes.
So slash 3 tires, you could do that. You could just, you know, take a little baseball bat to it. She literally did something that made so much noise that it was like everybody in the neighborhood got up and came out and said, "What was that?" and saw her scurrying away. Like,
now the update to that story is that they did arrest her for that, but I guess the local news from wherever they are interview him, and when people saw what he looked like, there are women that are like, okay, I get it. He is an attractive man. I ain't finna blow my goddamn self up over this nigga. He is attractive though. So like now the joke is that women understand like why she did what she did because of what he looked like. But when I saw that video before, so I didn't even know an explosion was gonna happen. I just kept seeing people talking about this video. But as soon as I saw her leaning all the way in, I already knew it was finna be bad. Like she put the whole upper half of her body in the car to light it. You don't have to go all the way in there to do that. Why you go in so far? Of course your ass got blown back out. And when she got blown back out, she was in she just hopped up, grabbed everything, and like ran off.
the Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club be doing Donkey of the Day, and he be talking shit, and sometimes he say shit that is funny or that is just like observant, and it's like he was like the real MVP, and this is that Taurus that was behind you, because he said that if that car went behind you, you still be floating back from that explosion. But the reality is, her head probably would have hit that pavement so hard, she would have been fucked up. She would have been real fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he did. I don't know the story behind it. And I ain't never destroyed nobody's property because I'm not finna do no shit that's gonna come back on me. So like I'm not finna do no shit that I could potentially get arrested for, because at the end of the day, what the fuck is that gonna do to him? Like if I go and fuck his car up and he called the police on me and I get arrested, okay, yeah, he gotta get his car fixed, but I'm in motherfucking jail. I'm not doing that. Like, fuck that. I will bake an apple pie though. Okay, I'll do some shit like that. I'm gonna do some petty, sneaky shit. It's not gonna be no directly aggressive shit. It's not. I'm the bitch you need to be concerned about, because I'm the bitch that'll be like, oh, okay. Like I'm not gonna argue, we ain't gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna do none of that. Like, all right, I got you. That's it.
You could buy some skunk spray off the black market and just like mix it up with some water and a water balloon and just throw that bitch in his goddamn car.
And that would have been, look, that shit would have been so hard for him to get the fuck out of there. He'd had to sell that goddamn car. He wasn't gonna be able to
sell that motherfucker.
Sure, he wasn't even been able to sell it. Like, yeah.
He was gonna have to replace his seat specifically. Have to pull them shits out and get them replaced.
Maybe the fucking carpet too. Like, that destroying people's property doesn't do anything. And like whatever they did to you, it don't undo that. If he was fucking a bitch and you fuck his car up, you in jail, he's still fucking that bitch, and insurance is probably gonna pay for the car to get fixed. Like, where did you win in that? And it only makes you feel better in that moment. I have been angry, okay, at people that I have dated, like wanted to choke them out. But I just ain't never had the inclination to go tear nobody's shit up, like, cause I'm not gonna go to jail. Like, I'm just not. That ain't me winning. Me winning is getting you in a way that you can't do shit about it. That's me. That's a win to me. Like, you just gotta take this L. That's what I want. I want you to just have to take this fucking L. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Take the L. But like, you going and trying to explode a car, like, what the? I don't know. Did she really? I think she thought that when she did that, it was just gonna light it and slowly burn. Because you don't understand fumes. Like, I think she really thought she needed to lean that far in to get it to catch. Because she needed to, like, put the flame onto the seat.
It's racism. It's racism.
She dumb because of racism?
No, she grew up in a house where they didn't have central air and heating because they was on the other side of the railroad tracks versus the white people, and she used to lighting grandmama heater because with grandmama heater you can lean all the way in. Matter of fact, you need to lean all the way in order to light that motherfucker and get it right. And then you got to go to the side and turn that little knob up and down so that the flames can get hotter or lower. She used to that shit, so she thought she was gonna take that goddamn stick bic and stick it up there on the goddamn Jeep like she was doing that motherfucking heat at her grandmama house. And you know what? Grandmama didn't tell her, baby, this ain't how you have, this ain't the same kind of gasoline. This ain't gasoline, honey. You don't do this kind of shit.
I'm mad that I've had that experience of being at a grandma's house and had watching them light a pilot.
I know the fuck you do. And you know they get all the way down right there,
You
too.
got to get all the way down now.
Yeah, see, that's what she grew up in. And if she could afford housing on the other side of town, she wouldn't have had that bullshit ass experience. And she could have drew to her memory knowledge of movies where they flick the fucking match into the bitch instead of using her knowledge of lighting that fucking heater at her grandmama house. That's, see?
Racism, okay.
Racism.
I cannot stand you.
Goddamn shame. How racism got us fucked up all over this country in a myriad of ways. Sad.
I don't even have a follow-up story for that. I don't have any more stories.
I'm done too. We wrapping up, man.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, if you have not seen that video, just for the pure entertainment of her getting blown back, it's so cartoonish. Like, that shit is cartoon as fuck. Oh my God.
You know what? That looked like some shit that they would write to happen in a John Wick film before he get up and start just killing everybody else. not like he wouldn't do no dumb shit to get blew up, but like he would just be walking by a car and somebody will press the button and it'll blow him back, and then they think they got him, and he go pulling out all his pistols and knives and pencils and fucking everybody else. Bop, 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 bop. Stop shaking me, then you big bop, 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 bop. Gotcha. Close quarter combat. Bop, bop, bop. That's what they thought. Shit didn't happen like that.
No, oh my God. It's a hilarious video. If you haven't seen it, then you need to watch it, because if you having a shitty day, just watch that shit. You're gonna laugh. Like, it's hilarious, because again, before it even happened, you already know what's finna happen because she leaned so far in. Like, she put her whole body in there. She might have well had to jump in, close the door, and lit that shit. Like, why is you so far in this car?
Goddamn shame.
You don't have to touch the seat with the flame. You don't have, like, she thought she was lighting paper. Like, no. You ain't got to touch the seat with the flame. Like, don't take all that. You're doing too much.
You're stupid. Anyway, do you have anything else on your mind?
I do not.
Well, until we come to the next conversation,
We out.
holla.